Hi again. This is a decode about, a reading off about the book 9/11 Predictive PROGRAMMING by Brother Bergs. I read it last time, so I'm going to talk about it again. Continuing off from page 2 toward the end. David Rockefeller proposed the World Trade Center project 30 days before the 93 World Trade Center bombing, and the WTC project was approved by Port Authority 3 years, 33 days after DARPA was formed. The 9/11 attacks happened 3 days short of exactly 33 years, 30 weeks after 911 became the official dialing code in America, and a day short of 13 years, 33 days after Bin Laden became leader of Al Qaeda. Another intriguing number pattern here is the variations of 1388, which is strongly connected to the core dates associated with the World Trade Center, and several instances of predictive programming. Control equals 1388. The United Grand Lodge of England was founded 10,388 weeks before the 1916 Black Tom explosion that damaged the Statue of Liberty, and 1,003 and 808 days before the 9/11 attacks, which also hit 10,388 days after towers opened, which was 1,388 days before Nelson Rockefeller left office as vice president, and 13,808 days after JFK assassination. Tisha B'Av equals 9/11 Jewish gematria, the 9th day of the 11th month in the Hebrew calendar. It's interesting how 9/11 happened on the 9th month in the Hebrew calendar. 11th month. Excuse me. Tisha B'Av is considered the most tragic day of the year in Judaism, and one destined for disaster. The original Temple of Solomon was destroyed on this day. Then half a million later, the second Temple of Solomon was destroyed, and then on the exact same day, evidence precipitating a Jewish exile. Other calamities on this day include the start of the First Crusade, killing 10,000 Jews in its first month, the expulsion of Jews from England in 1290, the expulsion of Jews from France in 1306, and the expulsion of Jews from Spain in 1492. The date Germany entered World War II, and the date Nazis approved the Finance Nation in World War II. Twin towers are believed to represent the twin pillars of Boaz and Jachin. The Masonic symbol, which represents the pillars of Solomon's temple. And here's what Brother Bergs put. Tisha B'Av 9/11, Jihadist 9/11, Mind Control Operation 9/11, Al Qaeda terrorist 9/11, Insurgents 9/11, Global Takeover 9/11, Divide and Rule 9/11, The Islamic State 9/11, Hoax Terrorist Attack 9/11, Ritual Human Sacrifice 9/11, The Prophet Muhammad 9/11. Well, that last one, that's just the elites, using numerology to code these attacks. I mean, the reason why he put this in, this is why I think, he's just showing. I mean, this is all showing how the script happened, because the official line from the Zionist neocons is that they blame Islam for the terrorist attacks. Some of them have said Islam's a problem, so that's why he put that, there, because it's like, I mean, when they code religious figures into the Kabbalah code system that they use on a daily basis, when they code religious figures like these, they're just mocking them. That's what it is. That's what I think they're doing. Anyway, Solomon's Temple equals 1110. World Trade Center 1110. New York 1110. September 11th is also the New Year's date on the Coptic calendar, and the date some biblical scholars believe the actual day that Jesus Christ was born. Well, I've always believed, I believe quite well now, that he was never born in December. The reason why they wrote it as December was because to make it seem like he was born on the exactly same month as other sun god pagan sun gods, and it's led to people believe that Jesus Christ is a pagan cult thing when it's not. Basically, Christianity got infiltrated. That's what happened. And he's got something here. The geometry used in the decorations are color coded. Ordinal is green, reductions blue, extended is light brown, Sumerian is dark brown, Satanic is red, Jewish is purple, mathematical is orange. And look, it's got the list of histories. I'm not gonna read them out. Just show you here: 1297, 1392, Teutonic Knights. And this is interesting. The first false flag of America, 1857. A militia of Mormon settlers disguised as Native Americans carried out the Mountain Meadows Massacre, equals 1160. I'm not going to read all of that, but that's basically what it was, a false flag. New World Order speech, that's a famous one. And you got these tarot cards here as well. I mean, you know, you probably remember Condoleezza Rice saying that nobody knew or envisioned that planes could be used as a missile to hit the World Trade Center. I mean, she's talking bollocks here. She is. So is everybody who thinks that. They didn't think this was gonna happen. But as Brother Bergs demonstrates, it's been fictionalized for a long time. He said, it appears that few, if any, of the events in history were foreshadowed and predicted programmed than the terrorist attacks of 9/11. The idea of planes crashing into buildings, particularly into the skyline of New York, has been around for a while. The Empire State Building, the tallest building in the world, was hit by a military plane in 1945. I remember that one. I remember someone mentioned that, but a long way back when I first got into 9/11 conspiracies, that it got a hit, but it never came down. Less than a year later, 40 Wall Street, the tower now owned by Donald Trump, which spent 1 month in 1930 as the world's tallest building, was also hit by a military plane, making 9/11 the third and fourth time that airplanes allegedly crashed into Manhattan skyscrapers. There's still the first, second, and third times in history that a skyscraper has ever collapsed due to structural fire damage. Now, the subconscious mind, which cannot easily differentiate between fantasy and reality, those towers have already been destroyed by planes a dozen times before they press play to run the tape that fateful September morning. A pre-existing altar was triggered by the images of plane hitting the Twin Towers, and the physically driven by news anchors parroting the official narrative, quickly becoming a static fact of consensus reality. For an event of the scale 9/11, the subliminal program is done for many decades, leaving no one unturned to reinforce the illusion within the collective psyche. The meme of the aircraft as a missile as thought as a form, reinforced and again until it was manifest into reality by the power of our hijacked collective imagination. The 93 examples that utilize long counts based primarily on the following core dates. Again, because I don't want to talk too much. I mean, look all these dates: 1717, 1947, 1960, 1961, 1966, 1968, 1973, 1988, 1993. Table of contents: movies, TVs, comic magazines, video games, music. I mean, look, Wonder Woman. I mean, I don't want to read this all out, but you get the idea. I mean, Johnny Bravo, Roseanne, Long Kiss Goodnight, Spider-Man. Spice Girls movie. Huh. Yeah, WWF Twin Towers. Hogan saying we're gonna knock down the Twin Towers, referring to the tag team at the time. A lot of predictive programming was happening. New York Jets, 1968. The Jets won Super Bowl III in the 1968 season, the year that construction began on World Trade Center. 911 became the emergency number. George Bush graduated from Skull and Bones School. Skull and Bones. 2001 Space Odyssey hits theaters, and Air France's flight 1611 crashed into Mediterranean on September 11th, exactly 33 years before 9/11. Leon Hess, the Jets owner back then, died exactly 30 years, 33 weeks after the first regular season game of 68 began, when the Jets were 9 years, 1 month, a day old, and 30 years, 3 months, 3 weeks after they won Super Bowl III. Hess was 20,001 days old for the regular season game of 68. New York 33, the Jets 33, Hess 33, Namath 33, False Flag 33, Leon Hess 33, the New York Jets 33. New York Times 1968, the mountain comes to Manhattan is 322, military industrial complex 322, collapse of the World Trade Center 322, the World Trade Center 322, Nelson Aldridge Rockefeller 322, Order of the Skull and Bones 322, from 56 to 68, 91 weeks, 1 day, August 5th. World Trade Center Twin Towers 3202, like 322, terror attack 322, 911 322. And this is funny. Trade Center ran an ad in the New York Times warning that the Twin Towers pose a threat to air traffic during a jet about to strike the north face of the North Tower where Flight 11 hit. Consider reaching right to Governor Nelson Mandela for zip code as the area. Sorry, I don't want to read too much because I'm gonna have to go now at some point. So this is page 7. When I talk about this again, I'll read page 8. See you guys all soon.